All right, we're back here at the backstage of the night show at the Polynesian Culture Center. Today we'll be talking about the different contemporary issues involving drums in the various shows of the Polynesian Culture Center. Today we'll be interviewing a couple of people backstage. One will be Alex Galiai, which is one of the main and lead drummers here at the Polynesian Culture Center, and we'll see what he has to say.
Aloha, my name is Alex Galiai. I drum here at the Polynesian Culture Center in the evening show. Ha!
So what do you think about, where did the different drums from in the Samoan section come from?
It comes from pretty much, like the pake. I think they were introduced to the islands. Actually, back in the day, they would have those huge ones, I guess like in Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
And like huge, looked like a boat. And they would use it to call the village together for gathering, prayer, church, school, thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess over the years it evolved smaller, and higher pitch. And so I think that's like where the pake come from. The can introduced to the islands upon the arrival of Chinese with their crackers. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Samoan people, the bass drum was introduced to the islands upon the arrival of marching bands. I mean, before that, I think they would have huge lollies, or lolly, the big pakes, and upon the arrival of foreigners or ships,
Mm-hmm.
They would beat those things, and that's kind of how they communicated. And then upon the arrival of marching bands and skin drums and all of that kind of stuff, and they adapt. They start using those things. The can, I don't know who first decided to use it or what. It was just something that was passed down.
Mm-hmm.
That they would use in the boat races, and they would beat the can, and people paddle those what do you call those dragon boats?
Yeah.
To the can. But it's ever evolving. It's changing. Like now in Samoa, one of the shows there, they use the tin roofs, like a huge metal sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they beat on for the fire knife dancer,
Oh wow.
rather than just a pake,
Yeah.
bass drum
Mm-hmm.
and a can. Now they're finding what works better, what's louder, or what's easier to play that gets the job done.
So how do you feel about them using the can in the show? Since, but it's not from Samoa.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about them using that in the show?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think I love the sound of it. Because also today, it's interesting. I've actually seen a Samoan sa done to a drum cadence, a drum line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kids today are getting more involved and more. A lot of things I feel for Samoa, they adapt.
Yeah.
To move with the times. I think that's good, as long as they still remember where the tradition comes from, or what's the traditional side of things, and respect that as well too. Because that's very much a part of the culture. But a lot of things, the can, I like it personally because it adds a flavor to the dance that I think that won't be accomplished with just a pake.
Yeah.
I think there's a time for a pake and where you use it, how you use it, but I feel like a lot of times that a lot of people, if it doesn't catch their mind or it doesn't catch their eye, or they're like, oh, that's exciting or something, it might not,
Mm-hmm.
they might not want to learn more of the culture.
Yeah.
For example, a fire knife. A fire knife is not a traditional ancient dance of Samoa. It comes from an ancient dance, which is called the Ailao.
Mm-hmm.
But the fire knife was actually invented in the late 40s. And so, and it was purely to just make the dance, make the Ailao more exciting, more, catchy for our audience to enjoy.
Yeah. You don't think that it's not being a traditional sense, you don't think that the PCC is portraying something not traditional in Samoa?
No, I don't think that they're portraying something not traditional because the can is very much used in the culture today
Mm-hmm.
in the island. And whenever that tradition started, or wherever it started, it was continually used from that time to now.
To now? Mm-hmm.
So on. So I think, because I think if we, it depends on what you want to choreograph or what you want to use for the show, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go more just straight traditional, to, okay, the theme of what we're doing is going to call for this. Okay, no can, no this, we're just going to use the fala,
Mm-hmm.
the mat.
Yeah.
That's a traditional ancient sound of Samoa. But I've seen some clips of Samoa in the 40s using a parquet and a can, but no bass drum.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the Polynesian Culture Center. I dance in the night show, and yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. How do you feel that? How do you feel the PCC does in representing your culture, and do you feel like they represent it correctly?
I feel like the Polynesian Culture Center does represent certain aspects of the cultures correctly, and I feel like they definitely get the spirit of the cultures and the love and the kindness, whole part of the gods take care of the land, that part. And I guess it's a good thing to get people from the islands, from the places, to represent, because they know a lot more than maybe the PCC does as a whole as well.
As a dancer, how do you feel they do with the music and the drumming and the dancing and stuff?
I think the music is good. The drumming is alright too.
Cool. And then, do you feel like the PCC is trying to entertain or inform people that come to the PCC?
I think a big part of it is entertainment, because the more you can entertain the person, the more that people will want to come back and tell other people that will come here, instead of the whole just information. I guess entertaining through information, trying the best to make it more fun.
Cool. All right.
Okay, my name is Regina Pasi, and I come from the islands, the Tuamotu Islands, which is one of the atolls in the Tuamotu Islands. So my job here, I'm an artisan. Artisan is something like we work with handicraft stuff from the islands, or we do costumes and stuff like that. But right now, actually, kind of everything. I'm a drummer, musician, MC, a weaver, bread maker, all those nice things that we do at work. What was the question you said?
How do you feel the PCC does in representing your culture, and if they represent it, if you feel they represent it correctly or not?
Okay. How do I feel about that? I think many years ago, when the first opened, I think we had more of a representation of our islands as how it is, how it should be. Compared to today, it's more of a, it still kind of represents our island, but it's more of a modern version of it. And not only that, it's it doesn't seem to be, at least for me, this is just my opinion, it doesn't seem to be something that people actually come for. They just want to come to get entertained, and some people will like to come to get educated and entertained. Or it seems like most of the people that come here, they like to be just entertained, and that's kind of sad because it kind of loses the culture part of it, where people can actually learn what our islands are all about. And as far as working here, this is a fun place to work, because it is the only place, it will probably be the only place we can meet a lot of people from different parts of the world and teach them what you know about your culture. And of course, if they want to learn more, they come and ask you more questions about it. But this is the only place that can actually get something that's closer to Tahiti. Whereas if they were to go to Tahiti, it's totally a different thing. And they would have to spend more money. Other than that, this is the closest thing they can get to Tahiti as far as coming from the mainland, or wherever part of the country they come from. I know there's some that come from the islands, they like what they see, and some of them, they don't like what they see. You know, everybody has their own opinion. But as far as for me, we try to do our best to represent our culture the best we can. That's it.
Thank you.
Do you think PCC's objective is more to inform or to entertain?
Thank you for the question, Ben. World peace. No, just kidding. I think that the center, like during the day at the villages, they're really good at informing our guests. But as far as I think the show, maybe PCC overall, we're more for the entertainment side. I've been here for a while now at the PCC, and I've seen it before and I've seen it now. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's maybe the crowds that they've come before and they want to see something new, something exciting, or I don't know. But I feel like that it's more for entertainment. Because I kind of feel like, if we don't keep the crowds coming, then, we know more job, huh? It's the entertainment business. Sad though,
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't do the show that we do now. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I think it's an awesome show, and I love it. Just that incorporating all different type of projectors, screens, a story, theatrical side of things, things that traditionally I think cultures wouldn't do in a performance. We've kind of gone out that box. But at the same time, I feel like it's interesting to explore it. Honestly, upon helping to be a part of the creation of this show, one thing that I've learned from the gentleman that come over from Utah to help us with this vision of the show, with his vision, one thing that I remember he told me, and he said that I'm a white guy and I don't understand your language or your culture. So help me, show me what you love. Help me to understand, so I think by going out of the box and kind of go from the entertainment aspect, but at the same time, we're teaching them something a little bit different. Our true heritage, our true culture. And we're telling the world out there through entertainment that we're just like you. We fall in love, we get married, we fight for our family, so on and so on. Some people want some ice cream. And but we're putting out there that we're just like you in a different way. So I think it's although we're going more, I feel the more entertainment side, commercialized and whatnot. I think it's for the good, so that people will get an interest and have an aha moment and say, yeah, I can relate to that. And then they want to learn more about the culture. So, I think that's
Cool. Thank you.